My name is NS Harsha, and I live in Mysore. It's a small city in south of India, and predominantly I'm a painter. I look for opportunities for different surfaces where I can paint. In this exhibition we have several works which carries paint in the form of textile, and some of them are independent textile works, and also lots of canvas painting. And I don't have a very research-oriented interest in textile, but it was more emotional connect, I would say. One of the first pieces probably is a piece which I've made on my mother's sari. I painted a womb on my mother's sari. I mean, this sari she was wearing when she was carrying me in her womb. Every place in the world with the textile histories have similar pain and success stories running parallel, I guess. How do you say, it's not very unique to any place. I mean, textile carries a certain kind of hardship and labor intensive work. That somehow this image led me to an interesting idea of how much human labor goes into keep the nation idea intact or bring up the nation idea. So somehow the human labor was looked at through the machine, sewing machine. And also there is an aspect of this industrial scale of nationhood, how they are displayed in this piece. There's a back and forth. I mean, in this exhibition you get to see both painting as well as the installation of nations. So there is a sense of playfulness in the painting, which also reflects in the sculptural element of it. So in that way I really enjoyed putting them together this time. There's only one new project which I've conceived for CHAT is Observing the Bond, where I'm inviting a grandparent to bring along a grandchild to make this exercise of stitching two leaves together and observe the next life of those two leaves. What happens to those leaves, how they kind of dry together and disappear together. So the workshop demands a lot of observation than making, because it's sometimes art is much about observation than making art. So you always feel, how do I share that in the workshop process? So as an artist, to facilitate these conversation is also an interesting process within the idea of exhibition. There was a new piece which was completely new. It comes from my last year walking when I came for research in Hong Kong, and I saw this all the buildings, balconies and windows of people. They usually dry their clothes outside their windows and balconies. I said, look at it, it's like all these people are putting their identity out. Like, for example, if who stays in the house is suddenly out, whether it's a mother and child or there was a Buddhist monk, I think, dress, and there is another teenager who has some fancy t-shirt of very radical thoughts or whatever it is. So this lot could be observed in these drying lines of societies. So that particular aesthetics of laying these layers of one's dresses and allowing to go through it was very inspiring. So I conceived the new piece called Accent or Descent to Reality. So it's a piece which has a bamboo ladder. One part of it is gilded in gold and the other part is left natural, and it somehow peers into the cosmic layer, which has cosmos painted onto a simple cloth. And at the same time there are some gestures of black on black cloth made by hand. There's something lingering which is constantly takes me to the space, because when you look at the night sky there's nothing true, because every light emitted from different planet or galaxy meets your eyes at different time. So I was really taken aback by this thought that you're constantly engaged and consumed by this lie which is offered by nature. So especially in sky gazes, you are kind of stepping on into the original painting. You'll be standing on a painting and you're looking at the mirror and reflecting yourself to see this whole painting together, where you will be part of the painting. So I liked that opportunity and I didn't want to give it up, so it's a great chance that an artist gets to paint something where the audience is part of the painting. Or you go to Indian painting or any historical painting, there's always this aspect of up and the relation with human figure. So there was always believed that so-called mystical up is always there, up there. And for some reason, all cultures, all religion looked up. So what you see here is there is a sense of identity of every figure looking up. They are kind of posing those identity to the mirror, and then you will be part of that. I think it takes a couple of seconds for you to think, oh, I'm walking on someone's face, but eventually you will understand one of the face is also yours once you look at the mirror. So it's just that that our perception that we should not walk on this and that. But if you have that liberty and easiness of looking at the actual world, there is no such that you are walking on something. You are with that actually wherever you are. So unless you isolate yourself as the supreme, then you can walk on something. Otherwise you are just part of everything what exists. So in that way I think it's a successful piece to make the body and paint become one.